Alrighty, I think we may be live. I need to double check here on YouTube just to make sure. And I hope you guys aren't hearing any of the sound from YouTube itself. I'm using some new software, so I'm just checking out. It looks like we are live, so that's a good thing. At least it's a good sign. And yeah, it says we are definitely. I wish that there was a chat window, and there may be, but I don't know. I don't know the software that I'm using to broadcast well enough yet. I'm thinking there very well maybe, but if not, I can always look at the chat window online. Just as easy. So I'm going to select that, and hopefully the sound of it won't be coming through to you guys. That, and hopefully the sound. There it was. Okay, so I fixed that, and now I can see the chat if and when we need to. I'm just gonna sort out my windows over here and do a split window on the other side so I can see what it is I'm doing and who's talking, chatting, etc. And I guess if I need to chat, then too bad. Oh no, there it is right here. Cool. All right, I can see everything. Good to go. So a little bit of hey. You guys can answer that back, and I can hopefully scroll around and see if we've got some viewers or whatever else. That's the main thing I'm looking for. If you are watching, say hello. It always is nice to see. I don't know why I have a queue though for anything, but yeah, tra la 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 di da. Cool. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna work. We are in this new piece of software called Meld, which seems to be pretty cool. And I'm just gonna go to. I'm gonna be in Moho here. That's pretty cool too. You just saw that happen. And then we're going to use Moho here and continue on with our work that we've been working on here. So let's go ahead to my main monitor, and now I'm up here. Hello. And we're just going to continue. I'm over on my main monitor here working. And this is where we're at so far. I've got this much done. If you were tuning in last night, you were here and could see all of that. And yeah, I really honestly wish there was some type of a window for my chat that was just automatically up all the time. But hey, it's okay, because I have the ability to look at the chat window at any time. So cool. All right, so let's keep going. I'm gonna go and do some more of these shadows, like the nose shadow, this little face and jaw shadow here, and of course I think the ear shadows, and then we got to work on this one because it looks like a banana sticking out of his head, just given the fact that the main color is the lighter color. We'll work on some highlights too, but let's just kind of stick with the face right now. I'm going to take the main image here, and I'm going to pull it over, and I think I might actually make it smaller, but you know what? We can stick it behind him just like I'm doing here, so it looks cool. It works. This will allow me just to snap right over from here. And I think I have the GPU caching off. That's why everything looks clear. It's the way I generally like to use it, but you do you. All right, so where are we? We've got this. We've got the head here. We need to make sure though that on the face, let's see, the chin shadow is here, the jaw is here. yeah, we're going to need to, I'm going to make this little shadow probably either a bit smaller, or I'm going to move my points lower to accommodate that little gradient that needs to be here in the cheek. So let's find out what is where, because there is some stuff going on. Like there's a cheek, and I got to figure out where I put that. I think it's all in the same layer. Oh yeah, that's right here. Not a problem. That one though should be above the hair from what we're seeing. So let's find that, and it's gonna have to be cut and pasted because right now it's on the same layer as the face or the jaw. I think it's the face, so I'm gonna cut that. Why we have two lines? Oh, that's because we did have both those lines. So above the head, but this has to be above the hair, this hair string in front. We're gonna make a new layer, and we're gonna call this cheek, and I am going to paste this back on. Obviously that should be behind the eye, so it looks to me like the eyes and such need to possibly be in front. This is a little bit of a little problematic given the way this is kind of set up at the moment. I don't know if I'm going to have the hair behind or in front. I like the hair in front. Perhaps I'll just push the hair back. So let's undo all that. Let's not make that layer. And let's just take the hair and push it out of the way. You know, we can animate, like actually animate, right? We don't have to have everything be automatically, you know, layered for those few typical things. See, and there we go. We're all back to normal. Just an adjustment of that. I wanted to make the hair a straight piece, but yeah, it wouldn't go that far behind his cheek anyway, would it? Cool. All right, so how many we got watching today, folks? Let me know. I kind of, like I said, wish there was a way to see. This is capture device stats. I don't think this is just my camera itself, so we're gonna close out of that. And there has to be some kind of window, doesn't there, that shows my my YouTube, you know, you would think. I can't find it. I just cannot see that. It's okay, but, you know, I'd rather... And it looks to me like there's something going on with it anyway, because there's this weird... Oh, no, we're fine. That was just the Facebook Live I was going to put on, which I didn't. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I would rather see some stats, though. I just wish we could. Totally fine. I'm going to stop worrying about it. And with that, let's continue. I mean, I can see anybody chatting and stuff, so worrying about anything else is just going to be, you know, not worth it. No point. Yeah, there really is no setup here for me to see that. Kind of curious, though. That's interesting why that would be the case. I'm going to like my own video because, you know, that's fun. I'm going to join my own chat. Let's see if that makes any difference. Either it will or it won't. Either it'll mess up everything or it won't have any effect at all. So cool. I'm going to clear this queue. And yeah, just see what's happening. We don't have stats on that, but that's okay. Maybe it's because there's nobody here. That might be it. Moving on. I'm going to go back into the jaw. And we're going to create a little shadow that happens down here as well. So I'm going to turn our thing back on. It's going to become a little confusing here, looking for a second. And we're just going to make and this probably will be an additional layer. So this is going to be a jaw shadow. I'll just stick that there. And we're going to draw this little light shadow that sort of comes up here. I'm going to make it kind of go all the way in case, you know, the hair moves out of the way, which it definitely will. We are going to get rid of the stroke on this shape, and we are going to turn on the fill, which will go completely black for the moment. We want to change that color to something a lot more appropriate, so let's go move our layer, which I thought it was going to really help to have close. Oh, you know what it is too? It's the tracing layer I have on. So I can just go, whoosh, and that still does make this quite usable. So with selecting this guy and dragging this to here, we now have our shadow. The only thing is, of course, it's not being cut off by this. We could use masking. And to do that, of course, once again, we'd have to not have this on the same layer, which, you know, would be really cool if there was a way to have these shape layers have their own masking. I don't know if that's something they have in line or if it already exists and I'm just an idiot, but it doesn't that I know of. So what I generally have to do is cut that from here and make a new layer for it. So Control X. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Control X. We're going to make a new layer. Oh, that's going to be jaw shadow, which I did have already done. What am I doing here? Control V. So we're just going to do those two things. There we go. So I do have a separate jaw shadow. So we have jaw shadow. And I want this to be in a group so that that jaw shadow cuts that off. So we're going to group it. And this will be jaw again. Now the jaw, excuse me, the jaw layer here will get masking and hide all. And the jaw down here will be the thing that is masking, but we need to make sure we exclude strokes so that that stroke comes back. So now that's nice and masked away, and you know, nothing will see it. And then now we need to create this cool lip shadow. That's another one of those lovely songs that happened in the, I don't know, the 60s, followed by a lip shadow. Let's go ahead and make a new layer. This one is going to have to be a blending mode of, what do you call it? Multiply blending mode. So this is going to be lip shadow. Because there's no masking necessary here. So this lip shadow, we're going to go ahead, keep that same color we've been using. We're going to have to lighten it though. I'm going to turn our tracing image back on here. I'm going to go ahead and just use the area below that we should be there, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and just carry this around a little bit. It probably will be way too much, but hey, it's fine. And I'm going to go down and get the rest of it here. And do this. So we're going to turn off that stroke now. And I don't have my auto fill on, which I totally should be. Still, I keep forgetting. But then the second I turn it on, I'm not going to need it anymore, as we already discussed. And then on this lip shadow layer, I'm going to go in and make sure that this blending mode is set to, well, I guess we could do overlay without affecting the color too badly. I like that. And we're going to take the opacity, maybe drop it down a little bit and say okay. I think overlay works pretty good for the shadows. Let's do that from now on. So there's the lip shadow, all easy, done. Then we need a top lip shadow. So These will probably be ganged together, but I don't know if they need to be yet. I don't like to do things until 100% need to. Not laziness, it's the idea that you might find that it conflicts later on. So yeah, that's what I do. I generally do a layer above. But yeah, for masking. But the problem is, and I agree with you, but if I have too many nested layers, like this is a head folder with a bunch of layers, and then if I'm in the jaw and I put another layer and I nest that inside that one, the masking starts to get screwy. So I don't know if that's 100% true on in every case, but that's what I've noticed. So I just try to avoid that sometimes. So let's go now to and if I've got anything in the way, like if my camera is in the way, I think it's okay right now. I can always come in here and just bleep me out like that, or nice fade back in. I don't know why it doesn't fade out though. All right, cool. If I'm too loud also, I think I'm a little loud, huh? Let me know. I saw that sort of peaking there. Okay, and here we are still in El Moho. And I'm going to go to this upper lip now and create a new layer. And that's generally how I do it as well. But I'm not going to use masking on these because for one, I don't think I need to inside of here. But we could try it. Just it works sometimes within nested folders. But this will be upper lip shadow. Let's see if it's going to give me a problem or not this time. Because if I can get away with it, I do like to do it. You know, multiple, masked layers. But sometimes, like I said, it just doesn't work. I'm going to take the upper lip and the upper lip shadow. Go ahead and group them. And we're going to call this upper lip. Trust me, sometimes it doesn't work. So upper lip. We're going to see if we can get masking going. I'm just going to, before I do any of the masking, I'm just going to draw the shadow first. Let's just see. Oh, and before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and auto-fill this and turn the stroke off. And let's go ahead and get this on here. Probably need to add another point earlier on there, I'm noticing. And we'll just go ahead and just, do the thing to get it in here. And then I will add one more point right here, because if that lip flexes, that's going to throw the shape completely out. Let's fix our curves real quick. Oops, not that way. This guy here, and this one here, and possibly these don't matter because they're all on the inside. They will be masked if the masking works. And it usually does, but it does often pretty much as well, depending, because of this nested situation. So I'm going to have to figure this out here too, because that's going to have to be an on the lip and then on this lip choice. All right, so here we go. Let's find out. We'll go to masking. I know it works like so. We're good to go. Seemingly it works right now, so I'm good with that. And we're just going to go here and make sure we turn our strokes back on there. Yeah, it's working at the moment, so I'm good with that. But sometimes, and usually it's with eyes, that it has the problem of too much going on at once, but I don't know. And let's see on that lip, maybe we could do the same thing. Lip lower and lip shadow. Oh no, we don't need it on the lip. It was the jaw right here. So this is a jaw group inside of a head group. This is where it might give us problems. So I'm going to go in the jaw group here. Masking, hide all, okay, apply. I might have already done this. And then on the jaw, masking. Oh, I already did. I'm so full of it. It's the chin I didn't do. That was the one I didn't do. So let's go ahead, jaw. And then we have chin shadow, this guy. And it's not on its own layer. So this one would need to be on its own layer. So we're going to cut him X. Wait, hang on. Where'd you go? Oh, hang on. That was correct because no, it's not. Where is this coming from? Draw shadow. Where is this one coming from? Oh, Lord. Where did I throw this in at? It's going to have to be on the different layer here. It's not on jaw or jaw shadow, so that's interesting. It's going to be on one of the lips, maybe the lower lip, or the face. Nope, can't be on the face. Weird. Okay, let me just keep looking here. Nose, hair top. No, it's not on any of those. Where in the world then did I put that guy? Is on the chin shadow. Imagine that in his own layer. So I'm going to pull that one back down into the jaw. This is why I couldn't find it. And now that one should automatically mask. So, yeah, I've had problems. Maybe it doesn't happen regularly, I guess, but it does has happened to me before, and just cannot figure out why. Sometimes it does and doesn't, because right now we're having no issue with it. So, yeah, thanks for pushing me to do that, I guess. All right, so looking good. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these, because we have a couple more patches right here. Definitely this whole side piece. I'm going to figure out what's going to be affecting on the jaw and what's going to be on the face. So it looks like there's a secondary one here on the jaw. Well, I guess that one is, this one is part of the lip. Got to be real careful how you go and do these two. Whoops, what am I doing? So lip shadow. I'm going to move some of these around. This looks like I've looped that together somehow. It's because I didn't sharp my those ends there. Oh, and I've got a link right there that we don't want. Cool. So let's just twirl this around. I'm going to peek that one. Actually, it'll save a lot of problems. And then I'll pull this one kind of back to where it goes. And this one's going to wind up coming out here anyway. Do a Control M to round, Control M to round that one back out. And we need to refill this shape because it's now not filled anymore, given the fact that I deleted a point. And looking at the other, I think we need to pull this across all the way or throw in a different color. So I'm just going to make it easy on myself because, hey, why not do that? I'm not saying be lazy. I'm saying, just do what I'm saying. No, that'll be fine here. And I think that one of these, it's the blending mode here. Let me find the jaw shadow here, find out what blending mode we have set on this. This is normal. I'm going to do that one as an overlay as well so that those will or should blend together, and I don't think they are either way because overlays tend to not play nice that way. Well, I'm thinking this jaw shadow and lip shadow, no, they are, this part of the lip shadow's got to go then. So that's going to be easy. It's going to take this to here, have its own bit like that, and then we can take this guy and extend him out because we need that to do what we want it to do, but not interfere with the lip or have that weird cross pollination there, basically of the two bits there. So I think that works fine, and then this will now come up a little more into that world. I think that looks good. All right, so this now, I don't know what happened with our chin. Is that just oh, that's a rendering issue. Look at that. Why that does that sometimes. You got me. It's probably because my cache is off, maybe. Yep. Cool. And let's go ahead and try to get this little piece on the face. Now that's going to be behind the cheek or next to it. There's a couple there, but for the face one is where I'm most worried about. Where is my face? I close all these guys up. You can see what the heck I'm doing. Head, lower, blah, blah, blah. Eye, head. So above this, we'll need to make one for that area. Oh, and I also need to take this line, which I forgot, and cut it and put it on that cheek, or yeah, that cheek piece, which I don't remember what I did with it. What in the world, folks? Thought that was a separate piece. Let's see. Task, jaw. It's not on the jaw, I don't think. Nope. Where did I put? Did I include it in the upper lip? Probably, right? Nope. Upper inside, that's hair, head, and this, whatever this is, should be in front of the head. So, did I just accidentally delete it? Let's see, undo my deletion of this, because this is supposed to be a liquid shape. I am not seeing the shape anymore. Yay. Weird. Man. One thing happens, 12 things happen. It's just the way it is, I guess. Am I missing it? I don't think so. Weird. Okay. So there needs to be a cheek here. And I'm thinking of redrawing it completely, or where's that cheek line now? Man. I'm going to put it on its own layer is what I'm trying to say. Where's the face? I am having the hardest time finding stuff today. Head is what it's called, not face. And we're going to cut that line. I think I cut this cheek shape last time and I never pasted it back on. Or I took it off and never made the layer, the extra layer I wanted to make for it. So we're going to, as my keyboard stops. Great. I'm going to cut this particular line from here. Keyboard didn't stop, it was me. And I'm going to make another layer here for the cheek all together. I'm just going to call this cheek. Hopefully this will not give me a problem. Or I'll probably discover a problem I had last night is what it's probably going to be. And we'll put that back here. But now I'm going to make this an actual closed shape. So we're going to go from here and kind of do this kind of thing. And have a, yeah. So we need you now, give it a color. So boom. We're just going to come over here. Whoa, I am getting all kinds of weird anomalies again. And I'm going to select this, and we're going to use this. So now we have that cheek back. The whole point of this was so that when the head turns, you know, it flings out. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, the head kind of flings out, or the cheek, you know, but it blends with the piece underneath it. Meaning this actually shouldn't be a separate layer. So we're going to cut it. Again, we're going to put it on that head layer. And I had this last night, so it's kind of weird that I'm having an issue with it now. And in so doing, the point of this, you're like, get to it already, is so that when this moves, it will poke outward like a cheek would. And let's just find is it the layers I need here? Or the shape, sorry. So in the shape here, this one will be considered liquid, and then this one will not. And then we have to merge these shapes. I think I have to select both, no? And then now this becomes that part of that shape. So here is what I'm talking about. If I select this shape. Did that even work? Did I not do this right? Okay, first of all, that goes away. I had it right, and I don't know what I did, but I did something wrong. Because now I can't find the shape. Hang on, let's undo, undo, undo. All right, so this dude here has to take on the properties of this dude. So they do need to be merged. So I'm going to select this one and just click merge. Doesn't work. I'm going to select this one. This one will not work unless the other is set right. This will not merge because there's nothing to merge. If I take this guy and select, let's see, let's make that one normal and take this one and make this one the liquid shape. And then we select both. Does that merge properly? I think so. It looks like it did. So now, yeah, when we take this piece, it will not work. Cool. All right, so, oh, it's because I don't have a blend turned up probably. No, because I didn't have the blend turned up last night. I'm going to put it on 1, but it didn't need it last night because that got rid of all my detail. I don't even know why this isn't working the way it should. See, it exists, but it's not. Oh, you know what? Let me turn off the hair. I did this without hair turned on last night. I feel like I'm such an idiot. Let me turn off the hair. This is the most boring live stream you've ever watched. Where's the rest of my hair? Here we go. Of course, it's the last one. And then we need to take this hair back here. The way this should work now is when I'm here on the head layer and this turns, this should bulge out the rest of it. It's not working though. So now we need to test again which shapes, you know, are selected and which ones are selected first and which one's on the top. I mean, it's crazy. So I know that this one should be the liquid shape. This one should not be the liquid shape, and that this one should be, I think, on the top, but I'm going to test because that should bulge out the sides, which it does. See the blend now? That's what I'm talking about. Gee, what a nightmare. All right, so I'm going to go back to our drawing so we can see where this goes. I'm going to leave everything as is because it's correct now. Whew. I'm going to turn the hair back on. You'll see that'll make a difference when we get to doing the head turns and stuff. Okay. It's all right. With that, let's now go into this little shadow of the eye right here. And that's going to be, I'm going to include that in the eye of all things. So let's go down to our eyes on that layer anyway. And I'm just going to do this bit. We will sharp these corners. In fact, why don't we just Control P, save a little bit of time. I'm going to do a live stream in a little while of making some 3D stuff. Not sure if it's going to be prop based or if it's going to be a character. I probably should do some character stuff or something because I'm making some sales online and I need to add some stuff to a line of figures, whether it's props or whatever it's going to be. All right, so did not have my thing turned on here. So we need a fill, yes, but no stroke. That's good. So we're going to go and snag this particular shadow color, turn off the background image, and I'm just going to grab whatever this color is somewhere around here to get that on our own. And that one as well needs to be dropped below. So I'm just going to draw lower to back, and now that will be underneath. Cool. And I mean, there's all these tiny little things. There's some highlight stuff that we need to do, especially on this cheek here. It looks like it's a little different, and we do need this one still. So on the face, the head layer, I don't think the cheek layer has anything going on it, so I'm going to delete that layer for now. Actually, I'm going to put cheek shadow there. Shadow. Good thing this isn't a tutorial. You guys will be like, I am so bored. And turn on the background image again and try to figure where, gosh, what is that? What's going on with that? I'm just going to come down here a little like so. Give this just kind of a really slight, really slight color change there. So we're going to make sure that that is filled, should be filled. Yeah, and we're going to come over and grab that color there. It's only slightly darker, but it's enough to make that difference. So now we're starting to see some nice dimension in the face in comparison. I don't like this particular line here, this little guy. That curve is not supposed to be in that direction. Let's just turn this back on and make sure we can push it over to the placement it's supposed to be in as well. Cool. All right, I think all that's good. And it's a pain in the butt, but it is working. That is what counts. So chest shadow needs to happen. There's a little one somewhere around here. I don't need to throw on 400 different shadows, but you know, I think I'm going to do the entire inner ear with a shadow color. So let's go with our ear right. We're going to make another layer here. We're going to go with ear shadow. Right. I think I'm going to group those guys together just because I know the head will be turning. Oh, cool. That's great. I appreciate that. And I'm going to say group with selection. This is going to be our ear right. Trust me, if there are limits to things, I will find them. You would learn from that for sure. And this is going to be masking hide all. Okay. And then on this back area, we're going to make sure that on the masking we put exclude strokes. And within the ear shadow, we probably won't see any color for this yet. And this is going to be dropped behind the rest of the ear. You know what? I should have probably made that a little bigger. I'm going to just stretch this one over like this. And I'll probably, I have a lot of probablys today. But that's not the one I wanted to affect. Let's grab the end one. And we're going to go Control P. That peaks that. Or you can go in, of course, and click the peak button there. I'm going to probably go ahead and just make this come off to the side because it looks like that's what I've done anyway. But I kind of see a bit of a darker part here. It's not the most important thing in the world because it's a minimal thing. So we'll go like this. I'm going to pull this up into here some, like this a bit, and that'll work. And then now making sure we do have a fill on here. We're going to come out, turn off our tracing image again, and I'm going to go in here and sample the shadow color, probably a darker version of that shadow color, you know. and then see what we look like over here. It looks good now. So I'm just going to make sure we're clicking on something other than that ear. Okay, that works for me. There's a little highlight. I'm going to worry about that later. Let's go ahead and probably focus on the dark parts of this ear. So on ear left, I'll close some of these up. There's ear right. Ear right. We're going to go to ear left and make another layer above it. And we're going to call this ear shadow L. And these are going to be the darker parts. I don't even have any lines in here yet. So we'll turn on our image. And I'm just going to come in. Before we do that, though, let's turn off our image again. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to sample the color that I'm going to use just to save some time. So with that, we need the shape tool. Oh, we don't have a shape yet. That makes perfect sense. So we can go to style and do it, though. So let's just go for our fill color. I'm just going to use this one for now. Now when we turn on our image, go in here, we've got our color already selected. So you can change it after the fact with the other upper side that I used, but this one here in the style panel, that's how you pre-select your color. And sometimes I don't think about doing it. I'm going to come back and put all the lines in here after the fact. I'm just doing a kind of a quick job here, and then I will wind up adjusting these points. So this one will get peaked, Control P. This one can just be moved around some, like so. We'd probably curve this guy. I never use my shortcuts. See, it's because if I use the shortcuts in here like C, that means in plasticity I'm thinking C is for curvature, not cuts, and you know, it's a whole thing. All right, so that works for me for the moment. Let's get the other ones in here. And I'm just going to put these in without the lines because I'm going to go back and do the lines shortly anyway. I'm going to probably bring this one down about like this. If you ever deselect a line or shape you're making, all you have to do is click on the last point that you clicked on, and it'll turn green, and then you can continue from that point. I agree. All right, so this goes here. Really? All right. There we go there, and one more shape. Wow. One more shape up here. I think someone's trying to be on camera. Just kidding. All right, and now I can sharpen these up. And this. And then if I want the lines, we can go in and change this over to stroke by an auto stroke, but not auto fill. I can come in and throw some lines. I'm going to put these next to those. And not right on them so that I can adjust them after the fact. Auto weld is turned on, should be off here for now, because I don't want those snapping together, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then I think that looks pretty good. We can just go ahead and adjust the line thickness here of everything. Looking all right. We can put those lines in if we want. We can also turn strokes back on for those shapes, but I think that's going to be fine for the moment. Let's go see what it looks like and turn off this. And I mean, for the moment, it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and put the other lines in after the fact. And let's figure out what else we need. So the head is pretty much there. I need the highlight on that side of the face. So let's just add that quickly here. I'll do it in one color, not multiples. We're going to sample this color here for it, and then come back over, figure out where this really needs to go. Can adjust all the curvature and all the other stuff shortly. I'm just going to pull this close to this black line. We could mask it, but who wants to do it the right way? Come on. That was a joke. I'm hilarious, in case you guys weren't sure. It happens a lot, you know, that people aren't sure if I'm hilarious or not. Okay, and then I realize this went over the edge, but that's fine. We're going to get rid of, because this should have no strokes on it. I'm going to take these guys and just turn off the stroke. Make sure we have the fill turned on. And then we'll adjust our curvature. Wish you could tap on a blank area and these would deselect from within that curvature tool, but they don't. Whoops, wrong layer. Wrong shape, I mean. So let's get this guy, deselect, thank you. And we're going to come in specifically to here. And a little more here. Little sharper there. Just something to approximate that. And now let's click back out of everything. Just kind of get a look. And yeah, I think that's working. Except for we're not on the eyebrow here. So we could do one of two things. I could put this on top of the eyebrow, which I think I might want to do. So we're just going to go back to that face or head layer. I'm going to grab that shape. And you could click the shape here and Control X. We're going to go and create its own new layer on top of everything here, I think. Because it's a highlight, it can do that. I'm just going to put highlight. I like to spell it wrong. And we're going to paste it in. Now it's blocky like this because it has got the wrong blending mode turned on. And I think that needs to be probably either an overlay, nope, a screen, or an add, either one. So add, nope, screen. Nope, that's not working for me either. So this needs to be, and it's not multiply. I really swore that was add. Overlay is way too colorful, which I can pull some of that out. That might be what I have to do because, yeah, I think that may be the case. I mean, soft light, but no. I don't know what else is happening here. Something else is jerking my stuff around. Let's just put this as overlay and try to draw some of that color back out by going into the color itself. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, I didn't say okay. You have to agree. So, overlay, okay. And then now we can come in and adjust the color. I hope that's really going to help. Way wider than it should be. Let's see. And yeah, it's still too yellow, and that's because of the overlay, the way it works. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get it this way. Let me just adjust color around, see if there's something with a little better color match, and there is not. The overlay itself makes it yellow, so that's not going to work. I might have to break that up into two shapes, stick it under the eyebrow or something. I want it on top though, so it's just easier to manipulate, to manage, you know what I mean, that it's there. So because normal it's not going to work, and even if you change the opacity, you got that issue. So dag nabbit. Multiply does not work in here the way it does, I mean overlay and screen, the way they do in other programs, that's for sure. Let me see, maybe I can get away with it here. Nope. Because really you want the blacks to show through. I don't think any of these are going to be the right one. Yeah. Dodge, nope. So it's either going to be multiply, which it won't be, or the other one's got to be add or screen. And screen is the most likely candidate, but you see my issue. Because even when we take the opacity down, we're still getting foggy blacks. The best way to do this then would be to make the eyebrow have the off color, like the, you know, the overlay or whatever, but we don't have it set up like that. If I put this highlight back, you know, below the brows, let's say, just here, and then I take this brow left and change its bit to screen, overlay, etc., you're going to get something a little more like we were talking about, but it doesn't quite work, unfortunately. So yeah, that's not going to work. And you see, I'm getting some kind of weird anomalies here. I'm not using any other software other than the recording software, so it's got something to do with the video buffer or whatever. So anyway, that doesn't work that way, so I am just going to have to add another highlight to this brow. Whoop-de-doo. Get over it, Sean. All right, and so I'm just going to add another shape here to the brow. Gosh, I don't know why sometimes it just gives me such a hard time. I'm just going to go like so. I don't think I need to mask that, but I could just push it around until I don't, but let's see if we can. Why not? So this is not going to need the stroke. This is only going to need the fill of the proper color. And let's just see if I do this as a separate layer. So we're going to cut that, create a new layer, and we're going to call this highlight. And then now we're going to group these together. Yeah, so I'm having all kinds of weird video anomaly. Look at that, how it disappears. We're going to call this brow left. And I'm going to paste the highlight back on in the wrong and opposite way. Why would I do that? I did it totally opposite, so we're going to head and flip it, pull it back. It's also sized incorrectly. Strange. Okay, we'll just put this here. And then on the brow, do our masking, hide all, apply, okay, and then take this dude and make it the mask and say apply, okay. And that should be good. That's only masking to the outside though, obviously. And that is only masking the eyebrow. So we are still missing that edge because of the head edges. So I'm going to see if we can, not that, get rid of, no, that's not going to make any difference because it is doing that part correctly. Interesting. Let's turn on this caching, turn it off again and see if we get back to where we want to be. That makes, yeah, that makes no difference, which is a good thing. And the brow, I think we might. Oh, you know what it is? It's that other highlight we had, isn't it? For the head. Crazy. You got to keep on top of your stuff, man. So let's just pull that piece back in there where it goes. That's the green. We don't want to move that one. But this guy, that's still the green. This one, though, shouldn't be there. I don't think. I'm having a hard time figuring this guy out. Let's go with the upper lip brow again, right highlight. And this one is right, but it is being strange as far as that goes. Let's put another point in the middle just for starters. Yeah, I don't know where my outline here has gone. Maybe you know what, I have it hidden. Look at this. That is how I wanted that. It is the brow, so I'm just going to worry about that end of it. Thin that one down. I'll have to worry about this later when I start animating and go, oh crap, why is that acting so weird? But it's all right. And then this piece of the eyebrow should be in the front or something. Maybe this one should be in the back. Nope. What a pain. Wondering why, though, that doesn't... It's fine, it's fine. Just make it go where it's supposed to go. I mean, crying out loud. What's up with that little triangle there? It's an odd thing. I'll deal with that later. For now, it looks fine. Also, this looks like it needs to be adjusted, so that's another face highlight problem. It's not a problem, but you know, something else we need to fix. Where are you? Head. I keep looking for face. Isn't it weird that I don't just see the head word? But I don't. Let's grab... Interesting. So that is highlighting. This one can go down because should not be there. This should be above the face, right? So let's just grab it until we get down to above the head layer. That's the more appropriate place for it. And that we can use a mask on if we want. So we're going to group those. I hope this doesn't do anything weird. Head. That's going to be the highlight. This will be our cool cutoff business, I hope. And then the head itself needs the strokes. There we go. Man, it's a logic puzzle, isn't it? I do both, actually, for 3D printing and for animation. Matter of fact, I'm about ready to get a project done for someone doing the tripod from World of Worlds that I'll probably have a live stream on relatively soon. Alright, so I'm getting a lot of strange little graphic rendering errors. I'm not sure exactly what that's about. See, as I move, I get that black chin. No idea why at all. It's not the curves, it's not the effects. And why is that turning off of an effect? It's just a... Oh, it's because of the blending mode. This is the masking that's giving me some problems. So it happens. GPU caching sometimes fixes it and then breaks it again. As you can see, I'm getting weird stuff like that going on too now. Cool. Well, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. And it's been Sean Darling and Moho again. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys checking out this stream with the new stuff. Hopefully it will be good and continue to be used, and making sure this is happening or not. And we'll talk to you soon. All right, talk to you.